Welcome to Undisputed, live from Los Angeles. I'm Joy Taylor, here with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Good morning, guys.
Hi, Joy. Where are your glasses? I got LASIK surgery.
Skip's got to join the crew.
I can see clearly.
I know.
You need some.
Skip's the only one with
I should ask, where is your goat mask? Because you can front run when it's just the Celtics, but all of a sudden the Golden State Warriors have ungoated you. You realize that?
Goat James will make an appearance.
Oh, he'll make
several appearances.
No.
Yeah. Old Goat ain't going nowhere.
Really?
Yeah, you thought he was going somewhere?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is he going to make an appearance tonight? Because he likes to take game one.
Yeah, you'll feel like. No.
Oh, it's a feel like game.
I just want you to know, Skip Bayless, in 2 weeks, I just purchased me a Moroccan goat. One of the ones that can climb a tree, hang up in there.
Really?
He's going to be up on the desk.
Wait, you got a real goat?
A real one.
Oh, great.
Yeah. In honor of Goat James.
Okay. All right. How are you?
You good?
I'm better than Golden State is right now.
Skip.
Actor Amari Hardwick will be with us in studio later in the show, but we have to start with game one of the NBA Finals. The Cavs and Warriors face each other for the fourth straight finals tonight at Oracle. Golden State comes in as a huge double-digit favorite in game one. The Cavs might be without Kevin Love, who is still in concussion protocol. And on the Warriors side, Andre Iguodala is out tonight with a leg contusion. Yesterday, LeBron talks about the tough task of facing a dominant Warriors team. Let's take a listen.
Listen, Golden State is one of the best teams I've ever played. It's one of the best teams that's ever been assembled. And then they added Kevin Durant. So what does that do to him? It even makes him even more dangerous and, even more powerful and great. And, and it's just, it's for me as a competitor, it's fun. It's truly fun. And to know when I'm done playing a game of basketball, to know I played against some of the greatest teams I ever played, ever been assembled. And this is one of them.
So, Shannon, it's time. It's game one tonight.
Moment of truth. Here we go.
Who wins the series?
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Sit back.
Yeah.
Sit back in your chair.
Can't wait.
I know I'm up against it, Joy.
Oh, come
I know
on.
I'm on an island by myself.
Against it?
Yeah, I'm up against it.
You got the go. You got the greatest player in the history of basketball.
Yes.
Say you.
Yes. Yeah. I do have him.
Yeah.
And I've had the luxury of having him for the past 15 years.
You have.
And I know, but he's going up against an all-time great team. But with all that being said, I'm taking the Cavs.
Oh, good for you. Courage of your conviction.
I know this, Skip, they're up against it. The Golden State Warriors are more than formidable. But if anyone can have these transcendent games, he need a game like he had Game 7 against Indiana, Game 2 against Toronto, or Game 6 against the Celtics. He's going to have to put together 7 of those in order to pull this off. If any man that ever breathed oxygen, dribbled a basketball, wore gym shoes, could do this, it's that guy.
You mean that guy in Chicago?
That guy, Goat James. That guy, No.
Yeah.
No, we're pulling up over Jeff Hornacek. I don't really count that as a great accomplishment. But that's none of my...
No.
Skip, I'm not here to...
Brian Russell, not Jeff Hornacek.
No, he played against Hornacek. Did he play against the Suns twice? Once. Suns once and Utah twice. Skip, you going to let me have my moment of talking about Goat and how he's going to be able to do this? Also, JR and Kyle Korver, Skip, they're going to have three-point shooting games like your Spurs had in 2014.
Okay.
They didn't miss open shots.
That. Yeah.
That's what they need. If he can't do this, I believe LeBron is going to be somewhere between 35 and 40 a night. Probably not tonight because game one he always feels out for whatever reason. But I believe he'll average somewhere between 35 and 4 points a night. He'll be in the 10 assists. He'll be somewhere 11 to 12 rebounds per game. But if JR, if Kyle, if Jeff Green doesn't give him that consistent production, Skip, I'm not saying they need 25 or 30, but he cannot have these games where he scores 40 and he outscores the rest of the starters by himself, or he outscores the starters by 10 points by himself. He's going to need them to come along. I believe they'll lead more heavily. This series favors a guy like Larry Nance Jr. because it's going to be wide open. It's up and down.
Yep.
So, and plus, he's athletic enough
Yep.
to handle Draymond. Now, Draymond's going to do Draymond things. But because Draymond is not the offensive threat that Al Horford was or Valanciunas, I think he'll get an opportunity to play more. Tristan is going to have to be a monster. He's going to have to lead this team in rebounding skill because he's going to have to give the Cavs extra possessions, but he's also going to have to make sure he limits Golden State's possessions. Because what gets you in trouble with Golden State, Skip, is because they spread the floor so well, because they pass the ball so much, and you're scrambling, a shot goes up, and because you're scrambling, all of a sudden they get a loose ball. And what was a 2-point shot, now all of a sudden is a 3-point shot, and it goes in, and it can be very demoralizing. And Ty Lue, do not be afraid to use those timeouts. You must quell those runs. You can't let those 6-point runs turn into 12, 15-point runs, because for all intents and purposes, the game will be over.
Don't pull a D'Antoni.
No, D'Antoni got like 30 timeouts to enjoy for the summer. I don't know what he kept them for. He must be got some grandkids or something. He gonna put them in timeout.
He might.
But with that being said, Skip, I know he's up against it. Vegas says basically, LeBron James, you got less than 1% chance of doing this. But Skip Bayless, if I got to go into a battle, and I just got the baddest man, the baddest general out there, but this other team, they got 5 or 6 of those generals. I'm still
5 or 6?
Yeah, they got 5 or 6.
5 or 6?
Yeah.
Like Kevon Looney, that's one. He's a bad man, Kevon Looney.
Skip, if you don't stop playing,
is he not a starter for the Golden State Warriors? You just said 5 or 6.
What I'm talking about, if you look at Golden State, Skip, they got a Finals MVP coming off the bench. In the history of the game, can you name a team that had a Finals MVP that came off the bench? No, you cannot.
Who is that?
Andre Iguodala.
He's not available. He's out.
No, Skip. He's out for game 1. Did they say he's out for the series?
No, but it doesn't sound great to me. I don't know about you.
Okay, can you tell me the other team that had 2 MVPs playing in their prime side by side? No, you can't. But I'm riding with him. Because I believe, Skip. You know what I believe, Skip? I believe he'll deliver us from no more evil warrior.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I believe
we're going biblical again.
I ain't going nothing.
We are going to get struck by lightning. One of these days, it's going to come right through the ceiling, and it's going to hit you first. No. And I'm going to get I'll just.
Oh, you should go get the blowback off.
I'll get
No,
I'll get singed. You'll get burned.
No, what you call gonna come with that? Nah, Skip.
Yeah.
I believe.
Okay.
You know, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
They all. Yeah.
Not one hair. They said not one hair was singed on their head.
That is correct. You know what? Will you shake my hand? Because I'm proud of you. I am proud of you. That was gutsy on your part. I didn't think you would do it. But you stuck by your guns. You stood by your conviction. You believe in LeBron James, and if you do believe in him for real, you should say that he will pull this off. And if he does pull this off, this will be his greatest achievement ever. I'll be the first to say, the first to admit, and I will give him a standing ovation if he pulls this off. But I am here to tell you that I got a funny feeling about this whole series. And I don't disagree with anything you just said about this series, because I've said this many times on television. There's a phenomenon in the sports world that I have nothing but respect for, that has been proven true again and again and again. When everybody thinks that, the opposite happens. And right now, it's scaring me, it's troubling me to my core that everybody thinks this is either going to be a sweep or a 5-game series at worst.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And I've never seen anything like it. And when that happens, you better look out. And when our man Rob Parker sits here yesterday, remember, I've had a lot of bets with Rob Parker. They weren't diet do bets. They were dinner bets. But when he bangs his fist on the table and says that the Cleveland Cavaliers, remember what word he used? They're terrible and that they are going to get swept by Golden State, I'm out. I'm out. Like something is amiss here. And when those words came out of his mouth, not only is it a jinx, but it should show you he's riding the wave of public opinion. Most people think this is a complete mismatch. The Vegas odds are yelling at you that it's a mismatch. But as you always remind me, they're building new casinos every day in Las Vegas. Bigger, better, more awesome casinos, because so many people lose so much money to those casinos. So the reason I think this is going to be a much closer series than most people think, the reason I think this is going to go 7 games, and the reason I believe that the Cleveland Cavaliers will steal game 1 tonight, which you don't even believe.
I don't believe it.
I'm going with Cleveland tonight. I'm going with this to go 7. I'll tell you about the outcome in just a moment. And it's simply because one team doesn't have Andre Iguodala, especially for game one, and I don't think he's going to be available anytime soon. And the other team does have LeBron James. And not only does your team have LeBron James, but there is no pressure on LeBron James. It's been lifted completely off his shoulders because nobody expects him to do much of anything. While everybody expects Golden State without Iggy to crush Cleveland, right?
Yeah.
So to me, that's huge advantage for Cleveland because I'm here to tell you, they're going to miss Iguodala tonight, not only on defense, but on offense. Obviously, Iguodala, nobody can stop LeBron James, but nobody bothers LeBron James more than Andre Iguodala. And LeBron was eloquent talking about him yesterday. He's Andre's long 6'8", with the quickest hands of any defender LeBron has ever faced because he's crafty, he's savvy. Mm-hmm. Remember, these guys have played against each other 59 times in the NBA. Iggy versus LeBron.
Sixers, all the time he's at the Sixers.
You got
in the
it.
Eastern Conference.
And remember, one grew up in Illinois, the other in Ohio. Ohio. And they played against each other in that regional AAU all the way up. Mm-hmm. And LeBron said yesterday that he was hoping that Cleveland, that would have been LeBron's second year, would draft Iggy because he was falling in the draft toward their 9th pick.
Right.
And he went 8th, I think I have it right, 8th to Philly. Mm-hmm. So the point is they have a lot of respect for each other. And all of a sudden, I'm not sure who's going to defend LeBron. You have to throw all kinds of bodies at him, but you don't have that one guy. And I don't care what you say. That guy won the MVP of the finals because Steve Kerr made the move of the finals in 2015. And he put Andre in the starting lineup and put him on LeBron for the entire game 4 in Cleveland and again the King's house. And he went 7 for 22 that night and did not shoot the ball well in games 4, 5, and 6, and they were closed out in 6 games. So, again, I'm not saying, and you can throw numbers at me, oh, look, LeBron's still average, blah, blah, blah. But this guy bothers him more than anybody. LeBron has to think about it. In that play at the end of game 3 last year when LeBron had one last shot at it, and Iggy just knocked the ball right out of his hands. Remember?
I heard his hand.
Okay, well, you could argue it was close. But my point is, not only did they miss him on defense, but I heard a great quote yesterday from Steve Kerr that I'm going to read quickly here. He said, I think one of the reasons we were a little scattered in the end in that Houston series was we didn't have Andre playing that familiar point forward role, getting us settled, getting us into our offense. This guy is the calming effect on their offense. A lot of times you watch this offense, it runs through Iggy. Mm-hmm. And Steve Kerr has nicknamed him our babysitter because he is the older veteran presence for younger players who get a little out of control, a little out of sync. Sometimes Steph can, sometimes Clay can, sometimes for sure KD can. And this is the guy who's the calming effect on all those guys. This is the babysitter, so they don't have him on offense or defense. So who do they have on offense? Wait a second, Kevon Looney. Why is that huge advantage for LeBron James? What has he had to do throughout the playoffs? Rest on defense. Help me out. Can he play Kevon Looney, who's 6 feet 9 inches tall? Can he guard him?
Yeah.
Well, you don't even have to guard him because he can't shoot a lick outside the paint.
I know, but Kevon Looney, he's just there to grab a couple of rebounds.
Okay,
so what are they going to do about them two guys?
Okay, but I'm saying if Iggy's in there, all of a sudden LeBron's going to have to guard somebody more closely than usual. He can get away with playing one-man zone underneath the basket and resting on defense against Kevon Looney. Let's say he takes Draymond occasionally. Draymond was 2 for 17 from the three-point line against Houston. I think he's got the demons in his head trying to shoot wide-open threes. So if you put LeBron on Draymond tonight, LeBron can just ignore him at the three-point line and just play him in the lane.
Well, the difference is that Draymond is so active. And the thing is, you just can't fall asleep on him because he'll get those loose balls. But Skip, you said there's no pressure on LeBron James. Now, you've told me if he's the best player, he should be able to do that. You keep even more pressure on him, even though we all know he's up against it, going against one of the great teams of this generation or maybe any generation with the way they can shoot the basketball.
Yeah, but what was your T-shirt you had out here the other day? You wore it was Cleveland versus the world.
Yeah.
The world is not against Cleveland. The world is for Cleveland. Like the pressure's off because LeBron's a sympathetic figure in this series for all the reasons you keep detailing.
Yeah, but which one of them worlds going to be able to guard Kevin Durant and keep him from getting 35?
Okay, but how many games against Houston did you see Kevin Durant miss and miss and miss again?
Yeah, and still he averaged 30. Even though, and that's the think about it. He missed and missed and missed, and then in Game 6, Klay Thompson goes bonkers. He missed again, and then Game 3, Steph Curry goes bonkers.
Okay,
see, that's the thing that makes them so dangerous is because they got 3 guys in the blink of an eye can go get you 30 to 40 points and not even think twice about it.
So you just gave me your whole prediction for this series, and not one time did you mention Kevin Love, a 5-time All-Star who I think is going to be able to play coming out of concussion protocol.
I'm Coach Belichick. I'm going to talk about who's there, not who instead of who's not.
Really?
Yeah, Joy.
Okay. Well, just for the record, the last time Cleveland played at Golden State, which happened to be last Christmas Day, this regular season, I don't know how he did this, but Kevin Love had 31 points and 18 rebounds. Is that good? 31 and 18?
Yeah.
I don't know. That sounds good to me.
When was the last time he had a playoff? When is the last time he had a playoff stat line like that? See, I
remember Game 4 last year in Cleveland, a game won by the Cavaliers, in which Kevin Love hit 6 threes in that game. Is he capable of hitting 6 3-point shots? Sure he is. And by the way, in the 2 games against Golden State this year, Kevin Love averaged 24 points and 13 rebounds. Is that good? That sounds almost like LeBron-esque.
If you don't mind me asking, can you tell me the time that he's averaged that stat line in the playoffs? Because, see, we keep talking about these regular season games. If you don't earn your merits in the regular season, you get that grit, you get that big game, that big-time money player come playoff time.
Well, all I know is that going into the Boston series, before he got concussed, Kevin Love was leading all the playoffs in rebounds. And again, there's an old expression from Pat Riley, no rebounds, no rings. So if somebody needs to get the rebounds, it sounds like Kevin Love can get a lot of rebounds. Wouldn't you say?
Skip, this is only the second time. I mean, we got a guy that's led a team to the NBA Finals with the player averaging less than 15 points a game. Only one player averaging double figures in the playoffs. Let that sink in.
Did Jeff Green not have a little, late career coming out party against Boston in that last game? Yeah. Wasn't he great? Yeah. He had 19 points and 8 rebounds.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow. Game 7 at Boston.
Are you going to tell me Jeff Green is Jeff Green going to give me that moving forward?
I'd say he's highly capable of doing that. He can give it to you on both ends because I really like him as a defender. He plays hard on defense.
The only reason he got an opportunity to play because Kevin Love wasn't in there.
Yeah.
I mean, you've seen Jeff. There have been times. Can Jeff show up? There have been times he played. What was that? That was against Philadelphia. He had like a 30-point night. He's capable of that, Skip, but you can't. Certain things, like when coaches go into a game, Skip, he's like, okay, you can write it down. Okay, LeBron's going to give us this. Okay, Steve Kerr's like, okay, KD's going to give us this many points, this many rebounds. Steph is going to do this and this. Clay's going to do this and this. Draymond this. When you go to Cleveland, you're like, okay, LeBron's going to give us that. Okay, what about Kevin Love? I don't know. I don't know if he's going to get hurt. I don't know if he's going to have, 8 points and 10 rebounds. I don't know if he's going to have 30 and 10.
Okay, but a lot of this depends on, I don't know which LeBron we're going to get. Is he going to be very offensive, attack mode LeBron? Is he going to be feel-out LeBron? A lot of that depends on how these guys go.
Even though the guy scored 15 points in the first game and played like some stir-fry, he still ended up averaging over 34 for the series. So I don't worry about him. He's the last thing I worry. He's the last thing I'm worried about if I'm a Cavaliers fan, if I'm a Cavaliers coach. LeBron James is the last thing on my mind. As a matter of fact, I don't even know why I'm talking about LeBron. I should have devoted most of my talk time to the others. That's what I should have done because I know what I'm going to get from him. But what am I going to get from JR? Am I going to get 0 points? What am I going to get from George? Am I going to get those 3 or am I going to get what he gave me in Game 7? What am I going to get from Clarkson?
I think you're going to get a whole lot from Kevin Love in this series. The bigger the moment, the bigger he seems to play because he's a 5-time All-Star and he was always a star all the way up the ladder at UCLA and played in Final Fours. He is not afraid of this moment. And your team, your whole team is not afraid of Golden State.
No, Kevin Love is not.
So many times.
Go ahead.
They played him so many times, they know them. It's not like this is all new and they're going up against some juggernaut where we're not sure how it's going to feel in Game 1. They know exactly how it's going to feel to play Golden State at Golden State. They've done it 4 straight years.
But more times than not, you mentioned Kevin Love gave you 31 and 18 on Christmas in 2017. But more times than not, you do remember when they won.
This year.
Yeah. But you do remember Kevin Love. In the year they won, he had a couple of games. He averaged 8 points for that series, Skip.
Hey, but how many rebounds did he average?
8.
Is he not a double-double rebounder?
8.
Huh?
Yeah. But Skip, here's the thing. What is it about Draymond? That's what scares me. Draymond be punking him.
I don't know. Draymond got punked in the last series. I don't know. I wouldn't.
Skip, the man averaged 11, and 8.
Okay.
That's what he's averaging for the series.
You know what 2 for 17 is? That's 12% from the three-point line. Did you see Houston just daring him to shoot threes? Yeah. He'd stand there and look around like, I don't know, I guess I have to try another one, right?
They let James Harden shoot. Tell him what James Harden was. I bet you James Harden missed more than he made a 3, and it wasn't even close.
So all I know is the Golden State I saw against Houston never convinced me. I never thought of them as invincible. I never thought of them as capable of sweeping LeBron James.
Well, they can be beat because they lost once to the Spurs. They lost once to the Pelicans. They lost 3 times to the Rockets. So they are beatable. But I never felt they were in danger because they still
I did. If Chris Paul doesn't go down, they're out. But they're watching right now. And you're playing Houston, and you got an advantage.
Maybe so, Skip. Maybe if Chris Paul plays. But you're asking an awful lot. Those guys are battle-tested. There's a reason why they've been to 4 straight. There's a reason why Cleveland's been to 4 straight. Because when the adversity sets in, they've had more guys than the other team to have been in those moments.
So, you know I'm the biggest Kevin Durant fan. But when I saw what I didn't see, starting in Game 4 of that last series, I was out on him as the best player on the planet because he went 11 straight quarters of playing pathetic basketball. That's almost 3 full games, starting with the 4th quarter of Game 4. You just creamed him sitting across from me about the end of that game. Actually, the whole 4th quarter. He was a disaster.
Yeah, he didn't play very well. And the thing is, you want him to take that shot because that's a shot that he's capable of making.
Game 5, disaster. Game 6, it even got worse. He was just decoy at the end of the games, just running from the basketball. That's scary to me. In the first half of Game 7, I'm like, who are you? That's what Steve Kerr asked his team. I don't even recognize you guys at halftime. Kevin snapped out of it in the second half, to his credit.
But Kevin played big. But Kevin has a luxury that LeBron does not enjoy. He has Steph, he has Clay. And if you remember Game 6, Clay goes bonkers. Game 3, Steph Curry goes bonkers. LeBron can't have that. See, LeBron can't play 11. If LeBron play 11 straight quarters, if LeBron play 8 straight quarters, they call it in 2.
Okay. So I'm here to say this is going to be a battle all the way home. I assume you've got Cleveland in 7.
Muck it up.
Okay.
Play football. Yeah, I'll leave LeBron to go back to his high school
I'm going to
days.
stick with Golden State in 7 only because I can't imagine this group, especially Steph and Clay and Draymond, losing yet another Game 7 to LeBron James on their home floor, this time without Kyrie. I'm here to say that LeBron will finally miss Kyrie in Game 7 at Golden State this year, and it will be just a little too much for even LeBron to overcome.
Hell, he misses the second option of scoring because I know Kyrie's going to give me 25 a night. Now I'm just hopeful I can get 25 from 3 guys. That's what I be hoping.
Well, I like your pick, but I like mine slightly better, but I still say most people are missing the boat. This is going to be a long, hard battle for Golden State.
Well, I hope you're right because old Goat James be coming back. He might make an appearance tomorrow.
Speaking of Goat James, how much longer will LeBron play at an elite level? We'll discuss that next.